Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Lena and welcome back to another video. Oh wait, I forgot. Hello and welcome to What the Fuck Am I Reading? Now that's better. So yeah, I haven't done one of these in a month, but this month I haven't read barely anything. So we're going to do a What the Fuck Am I Reading instead of a wrap up, because also my mind was everywhere this month. So I barely recall anything about these books. That's where we are now. Yeah. So basically the first book that I read last month was, well, wait, not last month. This month. In June was Borne by Jeff Vandermeer, and this was a surprise. I already knew that I was going to pretty much enjoy it. It's a post-apocalyptic science fiction book with mutant creatures. It's really bizarre. Like, I think the definition of bizarre is just like what this book is about. Like, it's so weird. It's basically the new weird subgenre, so fits perfectly. But basically in here we're going to follow two scavengers and they find this weird plant creature and it starts to grow. It turns into kind of a weird bear and it starts to become intelligent. It's just so weird. But for being a book without a plot, basically, because there's not much plot going on here. It's in a way similar to Annihilation, where you're just there for the ride, you know, just like, take me anywhere. But it was really weird. But it was so enjoyable. It was so easy to follow and to read. I really like how it's separated into segments. It's not like a full, like, linear story. It has like some jumps here and there with different like accidents that happen and some events. In that I quite enjoyed. But yeah, overall, I really like it. This is one of the few books that I still remember for those days, from those days. But yeah, I gave Borne 4.5, I believe. But yeah, I really liked it. I don't know, it has some really weird talks about, you know, love sometimes. I was just like, what the hell is going on? But yeah, pretty much I really enjoyed Borne. I'm so glad that, you know, every single one of you insisted on me reading it, because you were right. I really like this one. But yeah, I definitely need to read Dead Astronauts, because I also got it, and this edition is so damn fucking beautiful. Like, but yeah, I'll probably read it not this month, because I'll be reading only indie this month, but in August, probably in August. So then this was the book that made me go downhill. This is The Stars Are Legion by Cameron Hurley. So hear me out. You know, I was studying, I was a bit stressed, and I was just like, okay, I love the Light Brigade. So I really hope this will give me the same vibe. But it definitely didn't. Like, this is so different from the other book. It was so weird. I still don't think that I understand everything. I don't even know if I can explain you this. Like, it's so fucking weird. Basically, we follow San, and she wakes up with no memory, and she's in the ship called Legion, and she's trying to get into this planet, but every time that she tries it, she fails. It's just so weird. I really disliked one of the characters. We mainly follow two, and San was okay. But Jade, I disliked with a passion. Like, nothing that she made fucking sense to me. Like, I don't know. I know, but I just really dislike her. And I'm not usually like someone that will be just like upset with not liking a character. Characters are not that important to me. But holy shit. I was just like, oh my god, she's so unlikable. But you know, she was made like that on purpose, I believe, or at least I want to believe that. But I just don't know. I just really couldn't connect with this book. I gave it 3 stars. I'm still confused about it. In fact, I can barely remember anything besides the weird inside of the planet going against us thing that was really weird. That part I enjoyed, okay? That part I enjoyed, but I don't know, I just wiped this book out of my memory because I was so confused. Like, I was bad confused, like not good confused, like with Firefall or something like that. I was just like really bad confused. So I just couldn't handle it. But I read this with Angela from Literature Science Alliance, Kayla from Cracking to a Good Book, and I believe Amber from Books with Amber also read it with us. but you know, I'm just like so all over the place that I just don't even remember. But yeah, I don't know. I will still read Cameron Harley's books because I love The Light Brigade, like I love it. But this one was definitely not for me, like not for me at all. But I don't know, maybe with a reread I'll change my mind. But I don't know, there was so many things that I just didn't enjoy it. I don't know. So then we have here The Helm of Midnight by Marina Los Terror. I believe that's how you say her name, I'm not sure. But I was really excited about this book because this is a mystery fantasy with a serial killer. Magical words. And I have to say that I really enjoy this one. This is basically about hunting Jack the Ripper, but with magical masks. This is a thing here. We have like magical helms, magical masks, and that was fascinating. I have to say that I wasn't paying too much close attention because again, my mind was all over the place, but I really enjoyed it. I was actually like super desperate to start reading this book. I was reading Invisible Planets and I wasn't really feeling it because I wanted something like with a lot of plot. And this definitely scratched that itch. And I really like it. It's really the perfect mixture between a little bit of gore and mystery and fantasy. It's just great. I don't want to talk too much about the plot and anything like that because it has like a good chunk of mystery that I just don't want to reveal to you. I think that it's better to go into this book knowing barely anything, but trust me, it was so worth it. I think it's a really strong first book in the series. I gave it, yeah, as I told you, I gave it 4 stars. It was great. I really enjoyed the world. It kind of feels like Victorian, but more fantastical. It's just a weird mix, but I loved it. This was also part of my Reddit bingo TBR, so I really need to get it out of the way, but I really like this one. I highly recommend that you try it if you just like, you know, like really weird books like me. I'm pretty sure you're going to really like this one. I actually kind of want to reread it because, you know, I think that there's a lot of potential here and I kind of want to reread it again now that I'm a little bit more settled. Then, even though it wasn't on my TBR, or was it? It was on my TBR. Yeah, it definitely was. I read The Ghost Bride by Yang Si Cho. This was so good. Like, this was the book that put me out of the reading slump. I really enjoyed it. We're basically going to follow Lilan, and you know, the thing is that she has this arranged marriage and they are basically trying to marry her with a dead guy so they can basically pacify his ghost. It's just such a cool concept. It actually happened for real. You have like an explanation in the back of the book, like some notes from the years with ghost marriages and such. So good. We basically explore the paranormal world, the ghost world. I thought that we were going to just spend there a little bit of time and everything else would be like in our world, like in a mystery type of setting. But no, we actually spent most of the novel in the ghost world, the Chinese ghost world, and it was so cool. Like, it was so damn cool. I really like Lilan as a main character. I thought that she actually grew throughout the novel and she had like some ups and downs. She felt really realistic. I don't know, I just really love it. I really need to check Netflix Mandarin just to check this because apparently this series came out last year, I believe. And I really want to watch it, but I loved it. I love this. It was so good. Thank you so much for the recommendation. I know it was from one of you and you were so right. Like, you were so right. It's marketed as a love story, but is it really? Like, there's definitely love in here, but is it a love story? It definitely starts like that, but it really changed throughout the book. So, confusing, but it's definitely not like a romance novel or anything like that. But in here it says love story, afterlife, historical, sinister. There are definitely some sinister scenes here, like, but the things with burning the money so they can get it to the like a ghost world, to the paranormal world. So many things were so cool in here. Like, oh, and the audiobook is fantastic, by the way. I really like it. I finished this one in like 2 days. Like, I was so invested in it. But yeah, it definitely took me out of a reading slump, so it's a great recommendation if you're in one of those. But yeah, I really like it. Thank you so much for the recommendation again. I don't know if I said it, but I gave it 4 stars. But yeah. Then I continued my journey in the Cradle series, reading Skysworn by Will White, book 4 on Cradle. And I just really enjoyed it again. I have to say, it wasn't as good as Black Flame for me, at least, but I really like the direction of this series. Like, I feel like every time that I finish a book, I want to continue reading, and that is not something that happens to me a lot, because I'm mostly a person that likes to have like breaks throughout different books in the same series. So it's weird. It's weird that I'm just like, I want to continue. I want to continue right now. And I usually like to also take breaks between months of reading a series, but no, I'm just reading Ghostwater next month. I'm so excited. Like, it's going to be amazing. But yeah, this one picked up immediately after the first one. After the previous one. But it's so hard to talk about this book without spoiling anything. I really like the duel that we had here. It was amazing. We also have a character that kind of loses control for a bit. He's very controlling all the time. And seeing him kind of unleash was incredible. I loved it. I just really like this series. It just really makes me happy. Like the Arcane Ascension series. Like, it's just like a good feeling all the time with this, and you know, I'm just excited to continue. I'm not going to talk in depth about this because I've talked about the Cardinal series for 4 months in a row, so I'm pretty sure even here that you know about it. But yeah, I give this one 4 stars. I definitely think Black Flame is my favorite right now. It was just so damn good. But yeah, I cannot wait to read Ghostwater. Like, honestly, I just cannot wait. And the last book that I read this month, well, I still need to finish 2 books. But I don't know if it's going to happen in time. But the last book that I read was Along the Razor's Edge by Rob J. Hayes. I really like this one. I know a lot of people, every time that I talk about Pawn's Gambit and Never Die, they're just like, have you read Along the Razor's Edge? And I'm just like, no, but I'm going to. So I decided to do it this month, and I just really enjoyed it. I really like the narration in this book. Like, we have our main character narrating the story to us, and she always jumps around because the narration is obviously set on the future, and she's just telling us how she escaped from the pit. And I just really like how she gets snippets here and there of things that she has done, but it's just like, some things are just like, are you sure you're going to do something like that? What happened to you to become like such an evil bitch? And it's just so cool. I just really like that detail. I just love different narrations. I'm fine with, you know, third person narration. I'm fine with it, but I just really like when there's something snarky about it, like in the Blackstone Thief, for example. I think that the narration is like the strongest point in that book, and I think that it was the same with this one, because the story in itself, even though it was interesting, it didn't grab my attention as much as, you know, some other of his books, but the narration really kept me going, and I still finished it quite fast. I think it took me like 3-4 days at most. But overall, really enjoyed it. It's dark fantasy. We're basically going to follow Skara. We know she is a magician. Well, she's not a magician, but she can wield this type of magic. We have, also the magic system was great. I'm really curious about it, and I really want to know more. But she was fighting basically for the losing side in this war. And as a lesson, she and her friend were thrown into this prison called the Pit, that no one has ever escaped. And it's just super dark sometimes. But yeah, overall, I really, really enjoyed this book. Like, it was fun as hell, dark as hell. Skara is 15 years old. She doesn't feel 15. But we accept that, it's fine. But yeah, I just really, really like it. If you have read any other Rob J. Hayes book, try this one. You're probably going to really like it. My favorite is still Pawn's Gambit. But this is going to the right way. I really need to get book 2 in this series. I'm really excited. I might read it next month with all the indie stuff in the Indie Accords readathon. I'm pretty sure that I might fit it somewhere. But yeah, definitely Rob J. Hayes never lets me down. I just didn't really connect well with the Heresy Within, but the rest, it just keeps getting better and better. So for what I'm currently reading and need to finish, I'm currently reading physically Starfish by Peter Watts, because I wanted something like mysterious to give me back on reading again. I just didn't have like any thriller at hand. I really need to get one just to be back on it. But basically we follow these guys at the bottom of the sea. They are building a kind of place for people to live. Who would want to live in the fucking middle of the ocean? I have no clue. But I just love the premise. It reminds me a lot of BioShock, especially the prologue. I don't know why. It reminds me a lot of BioShock. But why? Is this my like nightmare made a book? Probably. Still, I'm really enjoying it. I'm on page 60, if I remember correctly. Oh no, 78. But yeah, I think I can push through it a little bit today and tomorrow and finish it. But yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Peter Watts won't let me down. I know it. I know it. Please don't let me down. If not, I will just read Blindside again and be happy. But yeah, for now it's been quite interesting. I'm really excited to continue. But yeah, I'll let you know next week. And the other thing that I'm listening to is The Torch That Ignites the Stars by Andrew Rowe, book 3 in the Arcane Ascension trilogy. I read this book in December and I'm rereading it again. Yes. But I don't know, I just wanted like a comfort read, and because this is the one that I have reread the least, I was just like, okay, it's time for this. And also the audiobook came out a little bit ago, so I was really excited. Also, the continuation to Wielders and Weapons just came out, Soul's brand. I already have it on Kindle, but I really want the physical copy. But yeah, I'm super excited. I'm about to finish this. I think 70% into the audiobook and I'm just loving it so much. I just love this story. It just makes me happy in general. So it's something that I needed and I was just like, okay, Andrew Rowe it is. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to give it the same rating or maybe a little bit higher. I'll think about it, but for now, it's still my least favorite in the trilogy, and I get why, because, you know, they're not in the school in this one, so it's a little bit complicated just to rate compared to the other books, but still we have a lot of Aspire here and new worlds. Well, not a new world, but, you know, new frontiers. And I'm just really, really liking it in general. So yeah, those were basically all the books that I read in June. Like, I'm so far behind on my Goodreads goal, but I'll catch up. I'll catch up this month. I have a lot of graphic novels to read, so it will be fine. But yeah, have you read any of these books? Do you have any recommendations? Please, in that case, just leave them down below with whatever you want to comment. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye!